Well, hello! So we got a collab with pumpkins, and more pumpkins. Guys, we're gonna have pumpkin galore. So we're gonna have some fun. Let's get into it. I'm not gonna waste any time because we got some cute collabs and some cute pumpkin DIYs. So let's go. Alright guys, so this is Craft Your Stash and we're doing pumpkins, and it is hosted by Sunflower Tasha DIYs, and our guest host, or our other host is Suns Arts. Oh my goodness, you guys, I'm already getting tongue-tied. DIY number 1, we're gonna jump right into this, and I got this scrap piece from a flannel shirt. Got it from a garage sale. I just have a piece that I cut up from one of the arms of the shirt, and I'm just tying that off with a rubber band. I did flip it inside out, and then I'm going to grab a piece of jute twine and I'm going to tie that off as well. Make it nice and tight. You want to make sure it is nice and tight. And then I'm going to grab some rice. You probably know where I'm going with this, you guys. And I'm going to dump some rice in there just to give our little guy a little bit of weight down there, and I'm going to stuff him, and I'm going to stuff him pretty full. We'll make him nice and plump. And then I'm going to tie him off. I do not believe I used jute twine on this, and I do not know why. You should use jute twine on this. I did tie it off with a rubber band. Like I said, it is tight. But I do recommend using jute twine on him, on the top as well, just in case your rubber bands would fail. I do grab a beard. I do get mine off of Etsy, but you can use any kind of fabric. If you know how, or fabric, I mean any kind of fur, if you know how to cut it. I just glued that up, and I do glue it up pretty high towards that little tie off there. I'm gonna tell you right now that sock, trying to get him on there, was kind of a pain. I am going to end up gluing that in sections just to kind of get it to stick. Because he is so plump, it was kind of hard to get him to stick, but I really wanted this sock because it was brown, kind of a brownish tan color, because I wanted it for his stem. So I'm just kind of going to glue it in like little sections and just kind of push it down around it and hold it there until it gets to where it's covering up that section and to where you can't see the end of the beard area where I'm covering it up there. But that's basically what I'm doing here. Otherwise, I don't really personally care. I do grab a little spot there and kind of swoosh it apart there for his little nose, and then I do glue down his nose, and then glue the sock down to his little nose there, and then I'll glue around his little beard area to kind of get that sock or stem or peduncle, however you want to call it, to glue. My nose was kind of peeling up a little bit because of the strength of the glue of the hat, so I kind of had to glue that down a little bit more. I didn't stuff his hat real tight because I did want to do kind of a curly stem with him, so I did kind of just, like you kind of see me do, and I stuff it a little bit, but I'm gonna curl his hat because that's gonna be our, like I said, our stem, or like everybody calls it, that's supposed to be the actual term for a stem, a pumpkin stem, is the peduncle, which I find a really odd odd name for a stem, but whatever. And then I grabbed some jute twine and I'm wrapping around that rubber band. And then I decided to wrap it around our peduncle area. And then I'm going to glue our top of our peduncle down to the pumpkin. So I kind of make it more of a curled stem area, as you saw me do. And now we're going to glue down a couple of leaves that I got off of a Dollar Tree pick. This is the wired jute that you can get from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to use a pencil. I don't really like this stuff because the wire kind of pops out of it, but it worked for our benefit on this one. So I used a pencil and I just wrapped it around the pencil just to get the curlicues in it, and then I'm going to wrap it around our stem peduncle area, and I kind of glued it behind the area to get it to where it looked like it's coming up behind the peduncle. And here I'm grabbing a couple of pieces of raffia, and I'm going to tie it in a shoelace bow, and we're just going to glue that little bow down to the front of his hat. And then I decided we were going to add a little sunflower down to the top of that. And there you guys have it, a cute little stuffed pumpkin gnome. He's so cute. I don't have a name for him yet, guys, so think of a name for him. This is a very, very old project. This is probably one of my very first ones. I don't even know if I was on YouTube when I made this, but you can definitely tell, like, it's like, it was when I was really into starting to do crafting. I don't even know if this was supposed to be for my wedding crafts or what, but anyway, I'm taking one of these, taking it apart, and I'm taking one of the tiles from Dollar Tree, and I'm just cutting around it. You saw me trace it. I'm not going to show you all of the cutting because you guys know how to cut stuff out. Just basically cut it to the size of the pumpkin. I do leave the jute pumpkin peduncle alone. I don't need to do anything with that. I just glue this down to it. The backing looks horrible. I do need to cover that up. I do go around and kind of use my X-Acto knife and kind of cut the excess of some of this off. I go all the way around and cut the rest of the excess off of that. And then I'm going to mix up some of my own paint. I was kind of going for a primitive look with some of these projects. I kind of want this to be more of a primitive look. So I'm taking some DIY fire starter, and this is walnut gel stain in Americana, and I am just making kind of a burnt orange color, and I'm just going to go over the whole thing with this, and I'm just making sure that I'm getting a full coverage. I do go over it with 2 coats of this, just because the plastic was kind of hard to get into that. I do make another mixture here, then I go in with a little bit of Mod Podge and with my antique wax, just because I wanted it to make sure that my next step was going to stick well. Because I was going in for a primitive look, I wanted this to stick. So because I was going in for primitive, I wanted it to be dirty. and rustic looking. So here I'm just kind of lightly brushing it on. I kind of go in a little bit heavier handed with this a little bit later, but I kind of just wanted to lightly go over the edges and just trying to get into the top of the details with this ceiling tile or whatever you want to call it. But I end up, like I said, I end up going in a little bit more heavy-handed after a minute and just kind of going in like hardcore with it. I just start actually just outlining all of the details with this paintbrush. Eventually I take my baby wipe then and just basically smearing everything just to kind of bring out all of it. So this is kind of what we're turning into here. And then I will take, while this is wet, then I will take my dark and decrepit dust from DIY and dirty this up even more. And this is kind of where I said about the Mod Podge, because this is going to stick better with the Mod Podge. And this is where I'm really getting it down in the nooks and crannies and all that, because this is where that's going to stick into. Like I said, I was really going for the primitive look for this. After that, I set that aside and I'm going to cut strips. We need kind of a messy bow is what I'm kind of going with this. So I'm cutting, I'm finding certain fabric. So I do have that orange burlap there. No, biscuit, no. I got a piece of that burlap. And then this ticking, it's kind of like ticking stripe, but it's not. I got it from Target a while back. Bisky, no. Sorry, I'm home alone with the dog, so you're probably gonna hear me getting after her. And then I got drop cloth as well, and I'm just pulling strips of that as well. I'm really going for the shredded look again. We're going with that. I tried ripping this and it just was not working. This is very, very thin. I mean, it worked when I first started it, but yeah, it was just not what was not working to my advantage. So here we're just kind of piecing it together the way we wanted it here. Messy bows, I mean, there is no rhyme or reason. I started off with that, and then I decided I was going to add some of this lace ribbon to it as well. I tie off with some jute twine. Bisky, come on. Come on. Get up here, please. I started off with this stuff. I really just was not liking the look of that. And now we're gonna go in with this is dark espresso. We needed to definitely dirty this up a little bit because it just was way too clean for our dark, dirty pumpkin. So we're just kind of dirtying this up a little bit. So I grabbed one of my sponges, and you can kind of just see me just dirtying it up a little bit. But yeah, that's basically what you do with a rag bow, is you just basically tie it in the middle and make a rag bow. So here we're just gonna glue this right down to our little pumpkin. I glue it kind of to the side, kind of right there, yeah. And then I do just let it flop. I find a button, and I've had these in my stash forever. I have some of these acorns, and I keep forgetting that I have them, you guys. I've had them forever, and I don't think I've ever used them. I always look at them and be like, oh, I need to use those. Alright guys, so $50 gift card. There is a giveaway for this challenge, so definitely get into that. September 9th playlist, this is it. So it ends October 4th at 12 p.m. Mountain Time. Definitely mark your your calendars for that, and all of the rules will be down in the description box, so definitely go check that out. Get in that giveaway, guys. I mean, I would definitely want to win the giveaway. That's an awesome giveaway. So anyway, so here I grabbed one of the Dollar Tree wreath forms, and I am just wrapping this with some it's kind of like burlap ribbon. I don't even know where I got it, you guys, but I cut this to the perfect length, you guys. I don't even know how the heck I did this, but I was just like, oh well, I'll paste it together. No, I cut this perfectly. I had to show you. Like, I cut it perfect. I was like, oh, I couldn't do that again. Anyway, so this is a craft your stash. I have these ghosts. I have these hats. I never used them, but we're gonna use them now. I decided, hey, look at this. We can make little gnomes. So I got some of these half beads in my stash, and we're gonna cover up these little cute little faces on these ghosts with the little hats and make little gnomes out of them. Aren't those cute? Look at that. We're gonna make 6 of them. I also used up some paint here. I grabbed a little black dress and some of my orange paint to make that brown color. And then I just used up the same color of orange for the orange hats that I was using on my previous project. Now we are going to use some leaves that I have in my stash. These came from Amazon, I believe. And I'm not using any hot glue on any of this, you guys. I am literally just sticking this down in the burlap ribbon and sticking it in the little, I mean, I'm basically making either my little holes and just sticking it in there myself, or I'm sticking it in the little flaps of it. If I could get away with not using hot glue, I was gonna do it. The only thing that I actually hot glued down were the little gnomes at the end. And I'm just gonna tell you that. Everything else, I didn't use any hot glue on at all. So, but anyway, so I do use a little bit of jute twine here because this one was kind of sticking up, and I'm just going to tie that down and back. You can also use zip ties as well, but keep in mind that those might be seen because you're either going to be using black or white or something like that. But I did also get these burgundy eucalyptus. This is the very first time I ever ordered anything like this off of Temu, but I did get these off of Temu, and I just opened these. I thought they were fake, you guys, but I honestly think they're real. So I was kind of surprised at that. But these things stink. So that's why I think they're real. They also looked like a real branch and everything. Anyway, so here I'm just kind of laying them out and everything like that, and I'm just I do kind of use the twist tie that I used when I opened them, and I do kind of use twist or the jute twine also to secure that as well. I do wrap that around quite a few times in this little area, but I do cover this up as well. You can use, I didn't put a bow on this because this is kind of more of a pumpkin thing, so I used some of these cute little pumpkins. These are like the leather ones that you can get, the faux leather ones that you can get from Dollar Tree. And then these ones here are the ones that are like wrapped up in like sweater fabric or whatever, that they look like sweater. So I think they were cute. Anyway, and here's kind of where we're gonna put our little cute little gnome guys on here. I kind of just line them up along here. I didn't want them to be like completely all over the place, but I kind of, I don't know. I thought they were cute. I really should have kind of outlined them because this was kind of supposed to be a little bit more primitive as well. I should have kind of outlined it up with darker paint. But anyway, it was cute. I can always go back and do that. So this one's kind of a little bit more primitive too, and this one's probably my least favorite. I kind of just was not feeling this one, but these are pumpkins. I have so many of these pumpkins in my stash, you guys. I have a whole drawer of these. So, I mean, these are some that I just need to use up. And this is, again, some of the same paint that I have been using in this entire video. This is a Dollar Tree pumpkin. And I just used a stem for the peduncle, like a tree stem, and now I'm gonna use some of that mod or that antique wax stuff that we had mixed up, and making some of that, and then I'm going to blend the paint. I like it. Kind of went out a little too dark, but I mean I liked it. Because we're going for that primitive, oh my gosh, you guys, primitive look. So I'm kind of mixing my orange along with it to kind of blend it a little bit more so it's just not so bam in your face. And I kind of like that a lot more. So here I'm just got some pieces of this like sisal junk that I had. I actually just cut it off of a little scarecrow, and you're gonna see him in a minute. I cut extra off of him. Had the little scarecrow guy in my stash for forever. I never knew what to do with him. He's not really my style. I actually was probably just gonna throw him away, but I saw him and I'm just like, we might just do something with him this time. He is in my stash. I don't had him in my stash probably since way before I started crafting. I'm not really into scarecrows, you guys. It's not really my style, but I decided we were gonna glue his little tush right down on the pumpkin and make him look like he's sitting in the pumpkin patch. And we're gonna dirty him up. Like I said, we're going to go for a primitive look here, so we're gotta dirty him up. We gotta make him look dirty. I do decide to dirty up his hat. We gotta make that a lot more primitive look, so we're gonna go for some more of that antique wax, and we're gonna make it a little bit more darker here. And then I start darkening up more of that sisal around him. Probably a little bit more of his face. We're just going for it. Just getting in there. I mean, it's not like he don't turn out cute, but it's just like I didn't make the scarecrow. I painted the pumpkin, and I'm just making them dirty. I guess I just kind of felt like I just threw them together, so it's not like I really... But no, I got these little birds from a garage sale. I figured he needed a little crow of some sort, so we're gonna grab this little bird, and we're gonna paint him black. And then once he's all dry, we're gonna just glue him right down to the top of his hat. And now we're at the final reveal, you guys. So, like I was saying, you guys, definitely go check everybody out in the playlist. Be prepared for lots of pumpkins. This is going to be my last fall video, you guys. I will have one more Halloween video in October. It's going to be kind of just like a bam, like we're in October kind of Halloween video, and then, but other than that, it's going to be full-blown Christmas. So starting October 1st, we're going to start into Christmas, so I hope you guys are prepared for that. Definitely go check everybody out, though. Go check out Sunflower Tasha, go check out Sun's Arts, and definitely get into that playlist, you guys. Go give everybody some love. Give me a comment down below, give me a like down below, and make sure you let me know which one's your favorite. And I love you all. If I don't tell you guys enough, thank you guys all for stopping by and giving me some love, because I love you all. And yeah, I hope you're excited to get into a new chapter this year, because I love Christmas and I can't wait. So, God bless all of you, and I will see you on November 1st. Bye!